What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the most recent Madden 20 title update. Now this is for December. If you get the game after December 11th, that means that this title update is already live. Obviously, if you're watching any of my newer videos and you're just tuning in right now, we're going to be going with this new update going forward, because one thing you're going to have to learn about Madden 20 and probably the next Maddens to come is that they're going to make it so that the updates change the way you actually play the game. So what am I talking about? What update? What could possibly make Madden 20 a better game? Now, when you use a controller defender, you cannot get the animations that we used to get, like when you get faked out and you spin around like, you know, one of your butt cheeks fell off and you're trying to find it on the field. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know, like how when it looks like your knees give out, those stupid animations? I just recently played a couple games, and you know, you wait for somebody to spin move you. Typically what happens is this, right? Most pro players are going to strafe and wait for you to do your move. So if you're like a new player to the game, you press the L2 button and you kind of give the offensive player some space and you just strafe, all right? While you're strafing, the player is going to do a juke, he's going to do a spin, he's going to do whatever he wants, and then it's going to be up to you to make the play. The issue is when you were going to make a conservative tackle as a user, you would get the animation as if you were like a CPU AI controlled defender. And it made no sense. So now with competitive mode, when you actually go on and you click onto your defender, what's going to happen is if you try to get faked out or the guy's juking you, you can still get juked and faked, but you won't get the animation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't take you out of the play, because realistically speaking, we've been talking about this for a while. It's kind of ridiculous that even if you're strafed up, sometimes like when you were user or whatever, they would let you like make it look like one of your ankles just ripped out and you had a surgery right on the field and you just had no leg or ankle. Now it's different. So the reason that I want to point that out is a lot of you guys are going to be able to save a lot of training points and maybe some cap if you guys are doing salary cap. How are you going to do that? You're going to look for the players that you have on right now that has unfakeable, and you are going to remove it as an ability, okay? It no longer makes any sense. Let me explain to you what's going on. Does he even get that? Okay, he gets it later on, right? So any of you guys that are currently running around with unfakeable, realistically speaking at this point, because I just did it in gameplay, right? And I was able to see what happens. So pretty much what happens is your user just stands there. All right, I'm going to try to get more gameplay with it, but I was just testing it out early on right after the title update, because you know I got to let you guys know what the real deal is with what EA is doing. They also changed the playbooks in the game, but we don't get it in Ultimate Team. If you guys are only here for MUT, which you should be, you guys know that that's all we really focus on. Overall gameplay though, whatever they add, if it makes sense to you know, to mention it, I would. Like you know, certain players have gone from, you know, having an X factor downgraded to like a regular superstar. Like, you know, players that are not playing well, they overhauled with that. They changed a lot of the other playbooks and added alternate versions to update the playbooks. But like I said, that's not yet available in MUT. But this is the biggest thing that happened for us, okay? Because now, this is what I'm saying, right? We already knew that unfakeable for the most part didn't work, but what it does is it gives your user an advantage. So pretty much when you're trying to detail, you know, defending somebody, like say somebody comes out with Lamar Jackson and he's running up the field, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to always tackle him, because if the guy is just doing like the zig and out, zig in, zig out run, you won't be able to do anything. But if he decides to try to get fancy and spin move and juke or whatever like that, and you're straight, you're holding the L2 button, you're not going to get faked out anymore. All right, so some of you guys should be happy about it. I'm happy about it because if you guys watch my live streams on Twitch, or if you're subscribed to me on GmiasWorld Gaming, and you get all my full gameplays on GmiasWorld Gaming right here on YouTube, the wins and the losses, you would see one of the biggest issues that I've had over the last couple months is the fact that since they started to tune the game, it's a little bit more, it was a little bit more unrealistic, the way that you would just be strafing there and waiting and still get spun, still weird stuff will be happening to you. But the good news is that no longer should be the case. Now, I just tested it. That doesn't mean that, you know, every time that we do it, you know, it's going to be the same thing, because there's going to be some kind of bug. Usually it is. You know what I'm saying? Right now, as of the game I just played, there is no bug. Okay, so what I'm going to urge you guys to do is simple, right? This is probably the best thing to do to kind of give you guys some insight into it. I'm going to jump into one of the most recent Team of the Week games. And listen, show of hands in the comments. how many of you guys have all of your Team of the Week collectibles? Because I know a lot of you guys be trying to act like, oh, yo, bro, yo, I don't got the time, yo. Trust me. A lot of you guys are married. Some of you guys are in college. Some of you guys are at war. We have a lot of military folk that watch my videos, and you guys use it as entertainment. I love that you guys are fighting for our country. Thank you guys so much to all the veterans. But unless you're in a major emergency, you're going to have to find time to get that stuff. Because I'm telling you right now, if they do it the same way they did it last year, and we log in at that time, like probably like 10:30 a.m. or whatever. No, it's going to be probably going to be like 2 p.m. when you get the last collectible for the Team of the Week, and you're going to get the Team of the Year. Oh, there he goes right there. He just got upgraded again, the first one free. But what's going to happen is this, right? Once the day that they release it, you're going to have to be by your console, PC, whatever you're supposed to be around. You're going to have to add that last collectible, get the card if it's auctionable, and sell it immediately. That's just something I wanted to point out because I made 1 million coins doing it last year. I think that was the first year they made it actually auctionable. Not sure if it's going to be auctionable again this year, but if it is, they will let us know. They haven't said anything yet, but once that happens, you are going to be good to go. Okay, you're going to know exactly what's happening. It's going to be, yo, listen, a no-brainer. You got to make sure that you're there, and you're going to sell it immediately. And then what happens is all the prices of those higher cards are going to come down. And then when that happens, you'll be pretty much good to go. So listen, this is pretty much what I want to detail to you guys, right? In competitive mode, when you have a player that you're playing against and they are running around, doing whatever they want with their running back, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You got Lamar Jackson, whoever, right? This is what I'm going to urge you guys to do. Right there, we just sent everybody, we didn't send everybody, but we just, sent a little something in them. I'm going to go ahead. I want them to complete the pass, right? We're going to see if they can actually complete the pass. And then I'm going to show you what you need to do and how the new, okay, he's just getting screamed at. This is typically what happens, right? If you're playing somebody that knows how to elude the pocket, straight on blitzes don't work. You see, I'm just blitzing everybody, trying to let them get the ball off. Just to kind of give you guys some insight on what's happening, but LT is going crazy. So for now, I'm not gonna blitz everybody this time. I'm just gonna let them play a little bit of coverage, and I'm gonna chill over here and just relax, right? Now, once he throws the ball, okay, look, I wanted him to catch it so I can kind of strafe up. We're gonna go ahead and punt it back because I just want to give you guys a feel of what you're gonna need to be doing. And many of you guys already know how to work this, but some of you guys that are veterans still be getting dominated based on what I see when you guys be posting stuff. So, you're going to have to understand now that the key to not getting dealt with accordingly, and it should work 100% of the time when you are the user, is you are going to now hover around the player and wait for them to make the move. Okay? So let me go back to it. It was much easier. Like I said, I'm going to probably get into some gameplay with it and kind of let you guys see how much I'm not getting dominated by spin moves and jukes anymore. But it's really, really good to find competitive solos to lab against the CPU and kind of figure out what's going on. But apparently okay, is it a safety? Please don't be a safety. All right, it's on the one. All right, cool. Bro, I'm not even sending anybody. The CPU just getting dominated. It's just really weird. Okay, you know what? I don't really want to let them beat me deep, though. That's the problem. Because if I just zone everybody, they're going to beat me deep. And I don't want that to happen. Okay, right there. All right. It didn't even matter. He's never trying to break a tackle. David Johnson, low-key, is garbage this year, too. And we're being honest about it. Even if you're a Cardinals fan, that dude's garbage. I'm not even going to hold back on him. That dude right there. I think he got a touchdown pass last week, but he garbage still, though. Throw it up. All right, good. So, look, okay. I'm going to try. They should go for it right here, right? I think they should. We're only up 10, so they should go for it. I'm going to put everybody in zone and try to help them to get the, because I get so used to, just coming out and doing whatever I want. I'm going to put everybody in zone. All right, no, not everybody, but okay, that's enough people in zone. All right, you got spies, whatever. All right, throw the dot. Now look, you see how I'm moving back like that? Do you see that? I just wanted to kind of show you that in the actual still, because we're gonna go to the replay now, and you're gonna see the difference. Many of you guys understand that when you watch me play, right? I often in the past, when I was saying I'm getting, you see how I'm moving back and I have complete control? You used to slide around a lot of, that was probably one of the major issues. And that's the first thing that I checked when they said that the user can no longer be faked out. I was not usually able to do that. I think I just lost my, okay, we have the instant replay still. All right, I was not able to do that prior to this update with the way that Tillman is moving. So what's gonna happen is this, right? Say that this is a human opponent and he wants to be a complete idiot. He just wants to come out and spin move you and just dominate your soul. And then after he's done, he wants your mom's cell number, right? This is what's gonna happen. If you're the only user defender and he's there, you're going to go in front and you're going to strafe. Now, I want all of you guys to test this out before you go into a live gameplay. Don't do what I do. I know that my defense is tough enough so that primarily I can stop almost anything. And when I say almost anything, it's just certain things when EA is like, look, you're getting the ball thrown through your body the entire game. There's nothing you can do about it. Shut up and deal with it. Those things I deal with. But just pay attention, right? When you hold the L2 button now, you're gonna see, you see the way Tillman is right along the same like angle of everything. I'm not using the directional button or anything like that. But you can see that he's not sliding. He's just straight, just backing up. That is something, I don't know what they did to the mechanic, but I really wasn't sliding. And I really need you guys to try that out, especially my veterans, like the dudes that really know what we do here. Try that out and let me know if I'm going crazy or if they actually make him stand solidly and he's not sliding anymore. Because this was a huge thing. Because Eric Dickerson, who happens to be the #1 running back right now in Madden, that freight train is crazy, right? So usually he's gonna break the first tackle. One of the things that made it very, very difficult to deal with a lot of the things that were going on in the game was the fact that you couldn't really control your player, at the point of impact. So they were able to just, when you're strafing, you will be sliding around and then they can avoid you, like spin off the side. Now you kind of control the guy and you just hold the L2 button and he stays right in front. And I know this seems simple, but we didn't have this before. Because I can show, you know what I'm gonna do? I gotta go find the other videos, it's like so many of them, but if you just watch my live streams, you'll see that they never backpedaled straight in front. It was always side to side. So as simple as that seems, now when you get a guy that gets the ball, he throws to the flat every play, whatever he's doing, you don't immediately go for the conservative tackle. Remember, if you're going still for the enforcer hit, that still works. So you can still click off for a chance at an enforcer fumble. But he can still be faked out if you're not user controlling him. So that's a huge pointer that I need you guys to understand. All of us know at this point. If you don't know that Tillman causes fumbles when you click off, then you're new. Welcome to the channel. Always click off when you have Tillman, and he will blast your opponent as long as you have enforcer. So now everybody knows. There's no excuses, right? So we all know that that's a very, very high chance that we can get a fumble. But many of us have been struggling with the fact that dudes have been spinning us around and getting animations and doing weird stuff, and we didn't have real control. Now it appears with holding the L2 button, it does what it's supposed to do, and there's no sliding. Because I'm not holding up. I'm just holding the L2 button and trying to time what he's going to do, and he's like staying in front and waiting. Now, another thing that you can do is when you're holding L2 like that, once you're starting, simply because now they can't juke the user and give you a crazy animation, you can just spam the A button or the X button and get a conservative tackle. If it's Freight Train and it's Eric Dickerson or the player that you're playing against has an X factor, I didn't have that experience yet to see if you're gonna get stiff-armed in the throat, but more than likely Jim Brown and those guys are probably gonna stiff-arm you in the throat if they can get that animation off. But the bigger point is you can now stay in front, and it looks like somehow, some way they limited the sliding of the impact of you just being able to run yourself out of the play. So that for me is a very, very huge addition. Not only that, all of you guys that have Unfakeable, you know you no longer need it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of benefit to what they did, and it's gonna limit it, but now it's gonna encourage you to want to be that user. So for many of you guys that, you want to click off, you don't have really good user, yo, Gmia, what are you doing with your user, stuff like that? You got to have instinct, and now you just have to make sure that you know how to strafe, because the strafe button actually does something. So look, you see that? You see how he just stays there, and it's no more sliding? It's like EA put like sand in his shoes, bro, because everybody was like, yo, why is my player always sliding around like an absolute moron? And EA was like, yeah, that's true. We should stop that. And then somehow they did. All right, but oh wow, they got Kyler Murray, very, very inaccurate. But that's the biggest thing about this update that I like regarding gameplay overall. There was no other major update, so if you still run around with Escape Artist, that still works. Nothing to worry about over there. You're still going to be having a lot of fun making sure that happens every single snap. But primarily, the way that the game is being played right now, that's going to benefit a lot of us, just knowing that it is a benefit, that our user now has some type of benefit, and it's going to help us in the long run, I believe, to being better at the game itself and just making plays. Because other than that, you're not going to you can't really do anything, bro. When your user is wild, When your user's wild and EA just has you sliding around, there's really nothing you can do. Now, everyone that watches this video, you're going to remove unfakeable effective immediately, and you're going to proceed to do whatever you want. And that's pretty much it, bro. So right now, for those of you guys that, you know, whether you play competitively, whatever you do, if you're playing on the current update, you shouldn't really have a lot of issue with just adapting to it. The only major thing is that you have to be the user, and that's pretty much it. So I want to know how many of you guys had unfakeable on your cards, you know, prior to this video, and how many of you guys understand exactly what I dictated as far as stopping the spin animations and the juke and making it look like you have no kneecaps. It should be eliminated. Based on what I did, it's no longer an issue. If you guys need more, you know, further input in it, you're trying to get your game up, yo, bro, what do you mean by this? What's the best defense with that? Let me know, leave it in the comments, and let's grow together. I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.